with our champion Rory McIlroy. Rory, you know, there are wins and then there are whatever that was, 6 threes to finish on maybe the toughest finish on tour. I mean, what was that?
I don't know. I suppose I probably just got into the zone, and I didn't realize that I was going 8, 9, 10 under par. I just knew that I got my nose in front, and I was just trying to stay there.
Now, I'm very familiar with the golf course that you grew up on. I was the assistant pro there 19 years before you were born, which is depressing, to say the least. But from the top of the hill there, you can see Ailsa Craig, you can see Turnberry. You know, as a youngster, did you dream of this day?
I did, yeah. Ever since I was 10 or 11 years old, I wanted to be a professional golfer, and it's been a crazy ride until this point, and I'm just delighted to get here, and to get my first win in the US is very special, and to do it on a golf course like this is even better.
And you're a couple of days short of your 21st birthday. Now, I know at home in Northern Ireland, you know, the legal age is 18. I mean, you might have a glass of champagne tonight, but you're not that kind of a kid.
No, I think I'm going to have a bit of a party on Tuesday night down in Sawgrass. So, but yeah, I mean, if I was back home and had a win like this, I'd be having a good one tonight.
You've been standing here for a long time with me waiting, and I know that you're itching to get to your cell phone. What's your first call?
I'll ring my mum and dad. They're up in Lough Erne at the minute, and then I'll ring my girlfriend Holly, and then whoever else wants to talk to me. But I'm sure there'll be a few people. Well,
there'll be a whole lot of people in Ulster, that's for sure, in Northern Ireland. A historic first win and one of the most remarkable finishes I think we've ever seen in the PGA Tour. The Players' Championship coming up next week. You've got to feel really strong going into.
Yeah, I mean, coming off a 16 under par weekend around this place, I just need to let it sink in for a couple of days, and then I'll get my head around going to the Players and playing.
But don't let it sink in too much, because you just made the cut here.
I know, yeah.
You made the cut on the mark. You were 1 over par with 36 holes to play.
Yeah.
So a 16 under par weekend.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just one. I mean, I've sort of felt like this before. I shot 61 at Portrush when I was 16 in the north of Ireland, and I got myself into the zone, and it felt pretty similar out there today. I was just seeing my shots and hitting it, and seeing the lines of putts really well, and everything was going in, and it was just one of those days where everything went right. It
was a great day, and I noticed as you were walking in, Lee Westwood and a couple of the caddies, came over. Your own caddy, of course, J.P. Fitzgerald, who caddied for Ernie Els for a long time, and for Lee Westwood, was a huge help to you out there. What did they say to you on the way in?
They just obviously they're very happy for me, and. They just said, congratulations, well done, and I just said to Westwood, that's how you finish off a golf tournament. So,
did you see Padraig?
I did see Padraig as well. He said I was some bit of stuff. So, I appreciate all the guys that stayed around to see me in. It means a lot.